All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This one, what if God was available? See, what I mean by that is, if for all you believers, what would the world be like if God was omnipotent, omnipresent, but also available, like right next to you, sit and talk to, touch, listen to, that type of thing? Would that be a good thing? The question would be the old saying in the Bible, I give you life and death, you choose. Would you be a good person because you're a good person or you're trying to be, or would you be a good person because God's omnipresent, omnipotent, and available? So would your intent actually be genuine if God was available? Because then you know, God's here, and I got to do all these things to get into heaven, and this is what I'm gonna do to get into heaven. But is your is your heart really in it? The choice. Would you actually have choice if God was available? Would you be ashamed? Would there be such a thing as shame or guilt if God was available? Because the things that you do that you hope nobody knows or only a few people know, now you know for sure God knows. What's done in the dark can come in, it comes out in the light. But at the same time, you know, you on your phone for 17 days in a row watching porn, jerking off. God's sitting next to you. Really, really, you're gonna do this every day at the same time? I told you, you need to chill out with that. Are you gonna even have that opportunity to talk? Like, you know, if God was available, would you be? How would you handle adversity? Would there be adversity? Would you be the type of person to tell God, you know what, let me handle this? I have to see what I'm made of. Or would you keep asking? Would we have a planet of people always asking God to fix it, or wanting everything to be perfect and comfortable and easy? You know, I think that's the situation biblically with Job, or just the God devil conversation to begin with. You know, if God was available, would you really love God? Would you really have respect for God? I mean, because some people don't have a contempt because they feel like life is unfair. But would there be a contempt because life is too fair, too perfect? You know, you don't really know where you stand. Some people will give anything to go back in time and talk to somebody who's no longer here, or recreate a moment that changed their life forever in their opinion. And with all these do-overs, would that be good for you? You know, would you be able to actually properly pass on life's lessons and the legacies from one generation to the next if God was available, because all you would probably do is just lean on God to tell you everything and show you everything and do everything for you. What would you be able to do for yourself or teach other people to do for themselves? Just my question. You know, if God were available in that way, what could you blame the devil for? See, if God's available and you still screwing up, it ain't God and it ain't the devil. It's who? Would it eliminate your scapegoat? Just saying. Sometimes I think like this. It is what it is. If God was available, would you negotiate your sins? This ain't as bad as this, because God would be like, yes it is. Okay, well, yeah, I know. But I didn't do it with this intention. Yeah, you did. Like, if God was available and he showed you, would you be able to handle it? What if God was available and he told you and showed you everything you needed to do to have life abundantly and everlasting, and you did all of those things because that's what you wanted, and you wind up being unfulfilled because somewhere deep down you felt like you didn't do it on your own? Like, would you actually have choice? Would you actually choose to have choice? Would it be looked at as stupid to not depend on God to fix it all and to figure some things out yourself, if you feel like you have the cheat sheet to life and afterlife right next to you whenever you want? If God was available, would you have empathy for God? Because everybody's pulling at him and, I want you to do this for me and do that for me. He's omnipotent, omnipresent, and everybody's asking everything of him. What would you give and do for God? Give to God and do for God if he was available? Would being a taker and a user of God when he's available be looked at as a bad thing? Or would it be looked at as what you're supposed to do? You know, if God was available, could God tell you no? See, because some of us can't handle that. Like, would there be vices? If God's you know, the things that were that weren't in the Bible, that are in the modern day time. If you got an addiction, they got drunkenness in there, so it's not good to be a drunk. But if you're a pothead, a cokehead, a crackhead, meth addict, you're on heroin, what is that? You know, that's a new age problem, right? If you're single and not married, but you committed, but you have 3-4 side pieces, and you're not, you know, is polygamy right, wrong? The new age society, would, if God was available, would you look for loopholes to create a vice. You know, just, I mean, if God was available, would he be your genie to make you the best human being that you can be with his miracle and blessing, and you not work to be the best human being you can be on your own? I'm just thinking out loud. But just what if?